All right, thank you for staying with us, and we've made a quick change, and let me just very quickly introduce to you my guest now from the Lagos State Sports Council. From my immediate right, I'd like to introduce the Director of Sports in the Lagos State Sports Council, Dr. Kweku Tando. I don't sometimes, you just introduce people who don't need to be introduced. But for protocol, I mean, we have to do it. Dr. Tando, thank you for coming on Sports tonight.
Thank you very much, Joey.
Yeah, and of course, Nunayo Travel. I mean, that's an interesting one. Is also with us on the program tonight. We are happy to have you on Sports tonight.
Thank you, Joey. Good evening.
All right, let's start with what's going on. Let me start with you, Dr. Tando. The Ibile Games. What was the Ibile Games all about? What's the philosophy, and what do you want to achieve with the Ibile Games?
Yeah, the Ibile Games are what we call the Lagos State Sports Festival. Ibile is actually an acronym for the 5 divisions of Lagos State: Ikeja, Badagry, Epe, Ikorodu, and Ikeja. That's what Ibile stands for, and so it's a festival that takes place between the local governments, all the 57 LCDAs and LGs in Lagos State. But this year, we have also introduced a junior category that involves all the secondary schools, both private and public, in Lagos State. So they're having that in the junior category, and then the local governments and the LCDAs are competing in the senior or open category.
What is this meant to achieve? I mean, what is the Ibile Games meant to achieve?
Yeah, we in line with the Lagos State policy for sports, which is more developmental focused, we believe that the junior category takes care of the new talents, talent identification, talent discovery from the secondary school levels and all that. And also in line with the fact that there are various school sports competitions that Lagos State also competes in. You have the National School Sports Federation Games, the NSSF Games. You also have the National Youth Games in Abuja. So for us, that junior category serves as a feeder and preparation for us for those games. While for the open and the senior category, we have the National Sports Festival coming up in Calabar later on in the year, and that for us is a testing ground for materials that would be able to represent us at that level at the National Sports Festival. But we have also noticed, if we look at the last festival, Lagos State had possibly the youngest team. That's because we start our development in sports from the secondary school level. So we won't be surprised if we find quite a number of secondary school students representing us even at the National Sports Festival in Calabar.
But Nunayo Traore, I mean, I didn't introduce him. He is the Secretary General of the Dawn Games, ECO 2014. Yeah, he's the technical man. He's the one who knows all about the sports. But before we talk about the Dawn Games, how many sports are we having at the Ibile Games?
We're having about 25 sports at the Ibile Games.
So all the major sports are
all the major sports, but we have both we have for the secondary, we have for the school category and the senior category. The school category has private schools and public schools involved in that. Then the senior category has to do with the local governments.
Let's talk about the Dawn Games now, Dr. Tando. What was the concept of the Dawn Games? We know Western Nigeria, that's the agenda. Western Nigeria have games to bring all the schools together. Yeah. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, the Dawn Games is a fallout of the policy of the 6 Southwest states, whereby they decided that there was a need for regional integration in various areas: transport, health, education, sports, and the games are the tools that they're using in sports to project the Dawn agenda. The Dawn actually stands for the development agenda for Western Nigeria. So it's a total package. But we're using the sports angle to unite and to bring sports development in the Southwest region to a level that will not only compare amongst themselves, but also use as a model for sports development in Nigeria. We believe that if we focus on the secondary schools, because the catchment area for the Dawn Games is also the secondary school level, the 6 states will be competing with teams made up of secondary school students from GSS 1 to SS3. And that, of course, the youth are the future of sports in Nigeria. If we're able to have a games, a regular competition between students of that age category in various sports, I think it behoves that in future Nigeria as a whole will benefit from it, and I believe it's something that all other regions of Nigeria should also look into having such games, because it helps. The National Sports Festival is there, yes, but now that it's even an open festival, it more or less closes the door
to discovery
of talent. So such regional games like the Dawn Games would now begin to be more relevant in talent discovery.
But before I come to the technical man, that's let's talk about this Dawn Games. This is the first edition of the Dawn Games. How challenging is it for you? Because these are states in the same geopolitical zone. Yeah. How challenging is it for you to bring this out and organize this? And what have you faced in putting all of this together?
Well, I would not even say it was challenging, because coming out of just having hosted the 18th National Sports Festival in Lagos State, games that were adjudged to be the best ever in Nigeria in terms of organization, it was just a follow-through for us to put these games that are in a smaller grouping, so to speak. The facilities were already in place. We didn't need to do anything. And one good thing again, after the National Sports Festival, we didn't lock up our facilities. We had so many events in Lagos State. You mentioned one of them earlier, the International Classic Series, 10 events in the year, and it's something we've already started again this year. So the facilities were being used, the facilities are in place. When we had the joint technical meeting, I think about 2 weeks ago, when the states came to see the facilities, all of them said that you guys can start tomorrow. So the facilities are in place. The structures that we used in terms of organization for the National Sports Festival, we still use those structures. The secretaries of the subcommittees were the ones that worked there. So all the experience and everything we had from the National Sports Festival is at our disposal for this, and it made it quite a seamless operation for us. We believe we'll put up a good show in Lagos State as usual.
Okay, let me come to you. How many sports are we looking at for the Dawn Games?
Yes, for the Dawn Games.
How are the other states getting ready?
For the Dawn Games, we have 12 sports. We have 12 sports enough for now. For the inaugural edition. For the inaugural edition, we have 12 sports.
It's a lot more easy to manage.
It's a lot easier to manage because we're looking at the school age category. And other states, they're prepared. I mean, because we've sent the preliminary registration, which has been returned by the 6 states that they're partaking. The final registration has been done, and they've also confirmed that they're going to take part. They were all at the last inspection of facility meeting, the joint technical meeting we had. They were all there, well represented. I think the entire 6 states are ready to go. They're just waiting for 16th